Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk Radio.
Another Friday night edition of the Pajama Party. One Hills Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Okay.
How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I am excellent.
Bad a minute.
Okay. What's going on?
Everything's cool. Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
Yeah.
Hey.
Kind of chilly willy outside.
Yeah, this weather has been something. They say we're supposed to get 80s in the DMV next week.
Oh, okay. Should be nice.
It's going to be lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
I'm
not mad at it. Bring it on.
I'll tumble for you.
I like it hot.
Oh, no. Okay.
Just saying.
It's a family show.
Oh, I'm talking about the weather. What you talking about?
I'm talking about Shuffle. You can do it.
Shut your mouth. All right.
We're talking about Michelle.
All right, Poppa DD.
All right.
What's the lead in tonight?
Something I was discussing earlier with the crew. I just want to make it a grand conversation about our beautiful young people tonight. And I say young, I guess that's any particular demographic you want to put into a young vibe, because you can also be young and immature with age, you know what I mean? So my question is, a lot of young people that have not established who and what they are, do you think social media is really making them lonely deep down inside? Because it seems like the only person they're really in love with is that phone. You know, think about it. And everything is about the phone. I mean, every aspect of their life is about the phone. I was on a train earlier today. I looked throughout the car, and everybody had a phone in their hand. There was no single exception. From the car to the cafe car to the business class car to the quiet car, everybody had a phone doing something. But now we're speaking on young people. Do you think that phone has become their girlfriend, their boyfriend, their nigga, you know, everything else? Because that phone, you can seek and find anything you want in there. You can get everything from education to fantasies and everything in between, you know. And so what do you think about that? What do you think that phone has done to our people who was raised on the phone? First of all, they were raised on it, okay? So that's their go-to. You know what I mean? Like your go-to is maybe brushing your teeth in the morning. You know what I mean? Their go-to is the phone. So what do you think the phone is doing to our young people? Not young as the age, but young as maturity, let's say. What do you think about that?
That's a good topic. I think definitely the phone has crippled their social skills, for sure. Because I've even observed sometimes if you go to places like food courts, and you can see a group of young people, 3 or 4 or 5 of them, sitting together, and no one's talking to each other because they're all on their phone.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me, like, okay, you're all here together.
Right, y'all, your purpose was to meet out together.
Right.
Well, what we think.
You're all here together to have lunch together and hang out with each other, but you're not talking to each other. And some of them are even texting each other.
From the table.
From the table.
And the
they're sitting there
person's laughing.
Yeah, they're like, look at this. Let me tag you on this.
Yeah.
And they're not really having an actual
and it's the craziest
conversation.
Shit too. Yeah, it's crazy.
But as far as, you know, their addiction, I call it an addiction. I think that's part of the problem. You know, I think they're looking for too much in the phone, And maybe it's an escape from reality. I don't know. What do you think, Ketel?
Like Poppa DD said, they were brought up on the phone. The social media platform, that's how a lot of them becoming instant millionaires on this, quote-unquote, influencers or whatever. They don't have a real physical job. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's not hard work. You know, they were just talking about that on the news the other day. That's hard work to stay relevant, to stay on the social media platform. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's some type of work, but it's not physical labor like in our generation, I guess. So they have no social skills, not able to articulate. Like you said, a key word, cripple. It's crippling their vocabulary.
Sure, yeah.
You know, I just think they need some help away from that. Now, there was a mother and daughter. They had like a study they were doing in the DMV area, and the daughter agreed to do it. They were studying 13-year-olds as far as their social skills and stuff like that. And the 13-year-old girl said she did learn a lot. Mm-hmm. Because she has learned to move away from the phone to a certain degree, you know, to do other things than being on the phone. So, you know, I just think they need some help as far as that's concerned. Because I think that's how they deal with everyday problems. Like they might see, like they have these video games they watch all the time, and all they doing is shooting them up, bang, bang. Mm-hmm. You know, in these video games. So in the real world, when they go out there, they just think that this is how I'm going to solve my problem. Go find a gun, go shoot him, my problem's over with. He'll shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? To that degree. And it's in their mind. It's like that video game. It's just, you know, so they need some help.
Yeah, and that's not reality.
Right, it's not. And I hate to say it, but Meta, too, has created this virtual world. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, that's a whole nother layer to it.
Yeah.
Now people go into a virtual world with their virtual friends.
Right.
And they do all this, whatever it is they do
in
this virtual world.
Right.
And they're living a virtual life.
Right. It's not reality.
No, not at all.
Once you come out here in the real world, so to speak, you can't deal.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on that problem.
Yeah, that's a lot of good points.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we just need to get these kids unplugged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my view on it is that the phone is really it's not even so much the phone, it's the suppliers, you know, like Apple, for example. Okay, I'm just speaking on Apple. No disrespect to anybody that has an Apple. I'm personally an Android person myself. But every time Apple comes out, when they come out with a phone, which is on the average, every 6 months maybe, they have to feature something different. They have to go with the camera. Now they have this thing with the A15 talking about titanium. Okay, and when you pull up, because they want the young people to pull up the word titanium and look it up. It's a great level of steel that cannot be yada, yada, yada. Only fucking Superman could fuck with it kind of thing. You know what I mean? So because they know that when young people don't know a word, they just know to Google it.
Right.
You know, and so they see the meaning of titanium.
Oh, that's I want.
And then then when they show the thing on there, they shine a light across the titanium. Have you seen that with titanium? And then this bright light comes across the top of the phone, like it's some type of fucking, you know, like it's a diamond in the caves of South Africa. They make it look
very high tech.
Yeah, and like, so what are you saying? Is it to mean that so what is the glass made of? The shit
titanium too.
The thing that cracks. The shit that cracks. What does that mean?
If it ain't Gorilla Glass, I don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so they're not going to make it too strong and then they're going to after a while now be doing this. You know, what was that one? 15, 14, 15.
I don't know.
I think it's.
I can't keep up with
15.
It's a 15.
But I've heard I have some negative things about it that it was high.
Yeah, of course. Well,
I heard that too.
Right,
People saying they couldn't use it very long because it gets really hot in your hand, and then you have to put it down or whatever.
It's titanium.
Oh,
right.
titanium.
Well, let me tell you this here.
Makes sense.
Let me tell you this here. When you look back at Michigan back in the day, cars coming down the assembly line. That's what brought about what was called the Lemon Law.
Okay.
The Lemon Law was created mostly on cars that was made on Monday. And it was they say, oh wow, every time they check, when was this car made? Oh, the 16th of August, 24th of September. So after all those days was a Monday, which means that some of my workers were fucked up that day. First off the weekend.
Is that what happened?
So they went and made a law in the world now, some states, called the limit. You got to go up.
Right. Remember the lemon law?
Up.
I remember that. Yeah.
The lemon law. So in the same fashion, because that phone comes down an assembly line. And it's open, and it's the little machines are putting stuff in it. Actually, the same shit. The same stuff.
Yeah.
Same stuff is in every phone. Oh, and the camera is well. You said that about the 13.
Yeah.
So what is
and
the camera?
12 and the 11
right.
and keep going.
What is the camera doing?
Right. So it's up to you if you want to, keep the phone till the wheels fall off. That's my thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I think the last one, 13 or 14, it had three. It has the three things on it.
Cameras?
The cameras, yeah. There's three different camera angles or something. I don't know.
Really? I was
Can't
wondering.
you only take one picture at a time?
Yeah, but, you have, closer, far away, whatever. I don't know.
I'm just trying to understand. Like, when you put three cameras on the back of a phone, but you only got one button to push to take a picture,
like Poppa DD,
how many pictures can you take?
They got to switch it up.
How many pictures can you actually take at a time? Anyway.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And what gets me is that they are taking our beautiful young people who are our descendants, and people like your boy, what's his name that runs different stuff.
Elon?
No, not him. The guy that runs Facebook. Facebook.
Is it Mark
Zuckerberg.
Marco
Rubio.
Meta. It's Meta now, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Get it right with the virtual world.
They don't care at all. They don't care at all.
It's a business.
They're throwing stuff at people. He's trying to stay so far away from the actual product, and he's just sitting back looking at the money come in.
Sure,
he's in a room all day that has the stock market over here, this here, what's going to the Swiss banks, what's going to his personal account.
Right.
You'd be surprised what they got set up.
Yeah.
It's a multi-million-dollar, James Bond fucking Jacques Cousteau shit.
Sure.
And it's crazy, and I'm telling you, and it's really interesting because, we live on that, but the one sad thing about it is that it all is based on electricity. And electricity is what we should be praising.
Right.
That's what's supplying the power. And without electricity, your phone is dead. When you look at your phone, it says 10%. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
You getting worried.
You screwed.
Yeah.
Especially if you're somewhere where you ain't got no charger, right? So no matter how fantastic, this phone is great, it's great. When that motherfucker says 13%, I told a little 5-year-old kid, little grandchild. I tell him, I say, look, man, I'm not going to say his name because, I ain't going to put him out there like that. I said, look, when your phone says 30, it's time to plug it in. And he knows. He says to me, Papa, my phone's at 30. You got a plug? He knows.
Right.
Because he knows that that's what gives him power.
Right.
So why aren't we praising electricity?
Hey, come on.
We're praising the wrong shit.
Well, I'll say this. When these phone manufacturers can come up with a phone that doesn't die, then I will applaud them. But when you keep doing like titanium and an extra camera and something that'll zoom a little bit more and whatever other stuff, I'm like, give me one that is die-proof.
But see, the teenagers, they stay on it so long. They don't give it a break.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're
going to die fast anyway.
Right. In a 24-hour period, they're going to be on it at least 12 hours.
Then you got people now that are selling the little booster,
battery.
the little battery carrier.
Yeah.
It's called a bank.
Right.
They sell a bank, but how do you charge a bank?
Electricity.
Anyway, But that was our lead topic.
We covered all kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's deep.
All right. Well, let's get to the rundown.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What you got for us, Kel?
All right. In focus. Here we go. 45.
Your boy.
Can't say his name.
He's at it again.
Found liable for fraud in New York civil case.
Woo!
Also, we'll see how long that goes. 2 nights of looting in Philadelphia. Wow. Also, Jersey Senator Menendez pleads not guilty of corruption charges. Really? You got gold bars hanging out your damn pocket, don't you? Cocktail of the week, the Smoky Harvest Apple Cider Margarita.
Yum, yum.
What's
poppin' with Poppa DD? Our weird news, of course. We have to lighten it up. Scientists transformed cockroaches into zombie cyborgs. Also, Chinese woman using fake belly buttons. And Phillies deny entry to man's emotional support alligator. Also, I'm just saying with Redwine. Living for the city with Poppa DD. My Hollywood wrap up, the kiss it list, and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with In Focus.
Hey, this is Redwine, just doing a few promos for the Pajama Party adult online radio talk show. You know how we do it. PJs only, no clothes allowed. And I was just trying to get this done.
Hey, Redwine, are you talking about the Pajama Party, where we talk about hot topics, movie reviews, living for the city, and what's poppin' with me, Poppa DD?
I know you guys aren't doing this spot without me. Kelly with the yellow sign. Did you tell everybody that they can reach us at apajamaparty.com or call us live, 914-803-4306. Check us out on Twitter, and don't forget to tip the list. Okay, now is the time for me to sing.
We don't have time for all that. Well, she could sing. Let's get back to the show.
What's your opinion? We want to know on the Late Night Adult Pajama Party. Call us now on 914-803-4306 and tell us if you agree or disagree, or if you don't care one way or the other. If you've been waiting all week to tell somebody what's on your mind, now is your chance. Dial 914-803-4306 and press 1 to speak with the Pajama Party live on the air. To listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the listen banner on the top right. If you'd like to advertise your business with us, get in touch on www.apajamaparty.com. So call us now on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We will get to you as quick as we can. Now, back to the Pajama Party Live.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of yours, Poppa DD. I'm your Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Woo, it's Friday night.
Yeah.
And the feeling is right.
Yes, it is.
Woo, all right, let's get into it.
All right, what you got?
Oh, man, my In Focus is on, here we go, 45.
Your boy.
He done it again. Well, a New York judge has found Donald Trump and his family business to be fraudulently inflated, the way they inflated the value of properties and other assets in a major defeat for Mr. 45 that could severely hamper his ability to do business in the state of New York. All right. Scathing decision by Justice Arthur Engoron of New York State Court in Manhattan will make it easier now for State Attorney General Letitia James. Shout out to Letitia James doing her job. They said it would make it easier for her to establish damages at the trial scheduled for October 2nd. Now, that's coming up. Engoron, the judge, also ordered the cancellation of certificates that let some of Trump's businesses, including the Trump Organization, operate in the state of New York. And the judge ordered the appointment of a receiver to manage the business's dissolution. Shut it down. They said, look, just shut them down, some of the businesses. I don't know which ones yet, but that's what the judge said. So the judge described how Mr. Trump and his adult sons, Donald Jr. and Eric, and the Trump organizations, and there were other defendants, made up valuations and inflated Trump's net worth to suit their business needs. The judge also sanctioned the defendants' lawyers for making preposterous legal arguments and fueling the client's cocky and out-of-control behavior in the court. Trump and other defendants have argued that, of course they argue, we never committed any fraud, and then they challenged that all of the transactions that they made were completely profitable and on the level, but of course they're planning to appeal the judge Engoron's decision. Now, canceling those business certificates could really hurt Trump's ability to make money, because once you cancel the ability to do business in New York, a lot of his businesses were centered in New York. So once that gets shut down, that's going to take a real hit to the wallet. So if the decision by the judge is upheld, they may have to start liquidating some of those LLCs, which are limited liability corporations, and a lot of those LLCs hold a lot of the assets for his businesses.
Wow.
So we're going to see what happens. You know, hopefully this won't be another one of those Trump gets busted, slap on the wrist, and then that's the end of it. Because now New York is saying, this judge is saying, you can't even do business in the state of New York. And we're going to put your businesses in receivership, and we're going to liquidate some of these businesses where you inflated the value of stuff. So to me, this one is a major hit.
But, some of those businesses could be shell companies.
They could be.
Yeah, and that's why they...
Could be.
I think that's why they trying to liquidate them, see what's going on. Like, okay, we're going to liquidate your assets and see what you really have.
Yeah.
So.
But they said they were trying to go after the LLCs that had the bulk of the assets.
Right.
So hopefully they'll be able to look inside of them and determine which ones actually are holding real assets, and those are the ones that they're trying to go after.
And you're saying that the kids are part of it, the boys, yeah.
Because they were all in on.
Right.
They were all a part of it.
But the daughter was not. Just the son.
They only listed the two sons' names.
Yeah, okay. The daughter wasn't.
Right. But I noticed that she has really kind of severed ties, really.
Yeah, she got up out of there.
Yeah, because her and her husband got their own money.
Yeah, they do.
And she's married, so she's under a whole different groove, you know?
Yeah. I think her husband is running his own flim-flam operations elsewhere, so she's going to be part of that. So I think when she saw that sinking ship with her dad and her brothers, she decided, I'm going to get up out of this. Y'all go ahead and do whatever you're going to do.
Right, they got 2 or 3 children to worry about, and,
Yeah.
They got their own empire to worry about, right?
Yeah, because at some point you have to be able to objectively look at something and say, I don't want any part of this.
Right.
Because I'm thinking, from what I have observed, she's not dumb. I don't know about those 2 boys, young men rather, but she's not dumb. And I think by the time she looked at what was going on, she probably said, you know what, I'm tapping out.
Right.
Y'all go ahead and do what you want.
Yeah, I think she was smart enough to do that. And the husband was like, look, babe, we need to sever ties with your dad.
Because he tried, when Trump brought him in, as whatever his role was in the White House.
But I still think, he used Trump to a certain degree to get what he wanted to get. And now, okay, I don't need you no more, so, okay, we're going to sever ties, so to speak. So.
Exactly. So that's that.
Wow.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I just hope this one sticks.
Have they started that procedure?
Yeah. The judge has already made his declaration. Wow. So now, there's a hearing scheduled for October 2nd.
Right.
So we'll follow it and see what happens as a result of the October 2nd hearing.
Be pushed to another date. That's what
we'll see. Because they've already said, his team has already said they're going to appeal the judge's decision.
Yeah. He got the best of lawyers. He pays them well, so, I guess.
We don't know if they're the best. We just know he runs through
Or when
lawyers.
not they getting paid, they must feel honored to work for Trump.
Yeah, I don't get it.
No, he runs through some lawyers.
Right.
I can't attest to how good they are.
Right.
But all right, we'll keep it moving.
Okay. Yeah, I got the next one. This
Okay, what you got?
Stuff going on here. 2 nights of looting in Philadelphia.
Oh boy.
I didn't see that on the news. I guess that wasn't big enough news. I'm not sure.
I saw it.
On the news. Must have been on regular news. Okay.
Yeah.
Businesses across Philadelphia increased their security following 2 nights of looting across the city. At least 61 people have been arrested in connection with the looting incident.
I didn't know it was that many.
The looting began on Tuesday. It's Friday.
Mm.
Tuesday night following an afternoon protest in response to all charges being dropped against the Philadelphia police officer who killed Eddie, Irizarry?
Oh, that's what started it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with him.
That's the brother that was sitting in his car.
Okay.
He was in his car. I think the window was up, the door was shut, all of that.
Something recent?
But he was in, Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Let me not say yes. I don't know when it happened.
Okay.
I just know that a policeman shot and killed his brother.
Right.
And then the policeman was determined to be not liable.
Right.
You know, all the charges were dropped or whatever.
Oh, yes.
And I think that's what started the protest. Okay.
Well, that happened some time ago.
Yeah, I don't recall when it was. I don't think.
He got shot a couple months ago.
Right.
Oh, okay.
They were out there drag racing and stuff.
Okay.
And
okay, so I see the family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Philadelphia police officer, which Mark Dow. So maybe the verdict from that, or some type of verdict. I see. Philadelphia, they dismissed the charges.
Yeah.
That's
all
right.
the charges were against that officer who
That's right. Okay.
ended up going away, dismissed, whatever.
So they say they were charged with a number of crimes, including burglary, theft, and participating in riot offenses, about 30 people. The suspects included Blackwell, a.k.a. Meatball, Philadelphia social media influencer, who officials said live streamed and helped organize the looting.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. So they were looting. This happened about Tuesday night at 1:30 a.m. Shoe stores, pharmacy, beauty shop, supply shop, liquor store.
Hey, they hit that many places?
Yeah. At least 25 people were arrested. They were all charged with burglary and some facing other charges as well. So Thursday night, businesses across the city hired private security while police officers were stationed outside several establishments, including drugstores, which were frequently targets of the looters. They probably going in and get them drugs so they can resell them.
Oh, my goodness. So you said it was liquor stores, drug stores. What was the other one, a shoe store?
A beauty supply shop.
Beauty supply.
And a shoe store.
And Apple store also.
Oh.
Which Apple don't care. They so insured. They were like, yeah, take it all.
Wow.
All that display
But
shit.
you know what? I saw something about
they should have went in the
the
back.
Apple phones, and I read that the Apple phones, that there is nothing they can do with them because there's some kind of
mechanism.
Something, that they got to activate it or something. So even though they stole those Apple phones, they're not going to work.
They should have went in the back. That's where the stock is, and not out on display.
What the crazy part of it is they only suing for $150,000 in damage.
Store owners?
No, the lawsuit.
Oh.
The family.
You're talking about that the brother that was killed.
Right. He claims that he was inexplicably shot and killed when he posed no threat of bodily harm, injury, or death to anyone.
Yeah, the cop rolled up and just shot inside the car, but they lied first and said the guy was out and plunged at him with a knife, but he never got out of the car. So how you going to first lie and then get away with it by letting the cop go on the back end?
Right. They said
you lied from the beginning.
They claim he pulled him over because he was erratically driving in the Kensington section of the city.
Yeah, but what happened is that they said that, because I was up in the Jersey area, so I saw this news every day. When they pulled him over, they said that the boy was killed because he got out of the car and he lunged at the cop with a knife. Now, when the doorbell camera saw it in front of where it happened, and the body camera shows that there was a gun in the car or something. Something changed when they saw the body camera where the cop saw the gun.
Right.
But what does that got to do with the lie that the police said initially that the guy got out of the car and lunged at him with a knife?
Right.
They had to apologize for that. But then now you're going to set the guy free after you let him go. He's fired now, the cop.
Right.
But how you gonna change? You never even back up your situation on your initial lie. So now you're gonna let the guy go free after you lied from the beginning?
From this article, it sounds like the cop shot him through the window.
Right, through the window.
Right. So
but they initially said that the guy got out the car and came at him with a knife. But when they saw the doorbell camera, they showed the guy never got out of the car. The police said, "Yeah, we apologize. That didn't happen.
So
he didn't get out of the car."
And then
he
when
lied.
He got busted,
but then when he went to the grand jury, the grand jury said, "Oh, it was a safe shooting. It was a good shoot." And the cops just looking at through the window because they claimed that there was a gun on the seat. But what's that got to do with the initial?
How was that a threat, though?
What's that got to do with the initial lie?
Well, see, this one sentence contradicts two
Oh,
things.
it's a mess.
The lawsuit claims that the guy who was in the car, Azari, never stepped out of his car, first of all, and did not roll down his window. So how can you roll down the window?
So therefore, he was not a threat.
Right.
But the police said he got out of the car.
Right, I know, that's what I'm saying. But
that was the first story throughout Philadelphia.
That's crazy.
Throughout, Philadelphia, who are Eagles fans, pay attention to everything.
And if you have a body
and they lied.
you're going to see if the man stepped out of the car or not.
Well, the doorbell cam saw that the day after it happened.
So what happened to the body cam video?
The body cam video was the one that determined that there was a gun in the car, and that's why the judge dropped all the charges. But what does that got to do with the initial lie? A fucking lie. The police officer lied in the beginning.
Did he lie to the grand jury?
The cop?
No, they already apologized for the lie. They wasn't using that no more. Now they were saying, well, on my cam, he had a gun. All right, well, why didn't you say it in the fucking beginning?
Right.
You told the people of Philadelphia, the public, the news, everybody, that he plunged at me with a knife. And they had apologized for that because the thing showed the boy never got out of the car. He came up to the car and just shot in there. Boom, 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 boom. And then I think the body cam showed a gun in the car. But what's that got to do with you lying from the fucking beginning?
They're going to pay out. Philadelphia's going to pay that lawsuit. And hush it up. That's what they're going to do. Pay them a couple of million.
But I'm going back to your question, Ketel. Why did the family only sue for $150,000?
No, I think it's more than that. I think it's more than that.
But that's what they sued for.
The lawsuit is seeking $150,000 in damages and claims that Azari was shot and killed. That's just crazy.
Well, I don't know this idea that way.
They usually start at millions and go down.
Yeah, that's probably some.
Oh boy,
the motherfucker type that shit. Some of them journalists they don't know their fucking zeros and shit.
Oh boy,
that's possible.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's move on.
Finish his last story.
Yeah.
All right, this guy here. I'm a Jersey dude, so I know this guy.
Oh, okay.
Not personally, Menendez.
Oh, okay.
Menendez was in trouble before over some money shit. And he got out of that. That was it had to be at least 15 years ago now. But then in 2018, he met this woman who was just a straight, older joint too. Ain't like he went down to like a, 35, 45-year-old.
Right.
She's about as old as he is, but she's got all that hoochie mama flavor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you see her, his wife,
yeah, she's like 56.
Yeah, right. She's got age on her, but she's got that fucking, you know what I mean? She's got the straight tight skirt with no panties kind of fucking fluctuation about her.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that.
Okay. I guess you'll get to the story. Okay.
No, what I'm saying is that when you see her, the first thing you thinking is hoochie, straight up. Okay. Not dirty hoochie, but you can tell that she's flamboyant in her ways. Okay. Now, she must have laid some coochie on him to blow his mind because he got engaged in front of Taj Mahal in Egypt.
Okay.
And at the time, he was doing all kind of negotiating with the Egyptian government, and they caught him with thousands of dollars in one of his senator jackets and all. just like the gentleman here in Maryland, the county exec at that time. Same situation. $500,000 was in his jacket with his name on it.
Wow.
And also gold bars, but I'll read the story here. But U.S. Senator Bob Menendez pleaded not guilty on Wednesday to charges of taking bribes from 3 New Jersey businessmen as calls for his resignation from his fellow Democrat people. Now, the Republicans ain't getting involved in this at all. They just laughing at this shit. Anyway, federal prosecutors in Manhattan last week accused Menendez, he's 69 years old, all right, and his wife, 56. They accused both of them, all right, of accepting gold bars and hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash in exchange for the senator using his influences to aid Egyptian government in influences with law enforcement investigations and business deals. All right, so he's over in Egypt now doing this shit. A senator. They gave him all this money, fucking 3 gold bullion cubes, and all this shit. All right, Menendez entered the plea through his lawyer at a hearing before the U.S. Magistrate Court in Manhattan. All right, the judge's name was O.R. Wang. Wang said Menendez could be released on a $100,000 his own personal recording his band. He can go out on his own. So the senator will be required to surrender his personal passport, because you ain't go back to Egypt, motherfucker, and may retain his official passport and travel abroad on he can travel abroad on official business only. All right. Now the senator's wife and the businessman Jose Ubrad, 56, and Fred Dubry, 66, also pleaded not guilty. Nadine Menendez was released on a $250,000 bond. She got a bigger bond than her husband. Okay, while the other 2 guys were released on a bond of $1 million and $2 million.
Wow.
All right. The third businessman is another guy named Hana. He's 40 years old. He pleaded not guilty on Tuesday, and he was released on a $5 million bond.
Wow.
So these motherfuckers are doing some crazy shit. This was now Menendez is a Spanish dude. I remember when he first got in Congress, and then he got voted into Senate, and they was on his ass a few years ago for some same money scandal shit. I mean, he just
can't help himself.
Can't help
apparently.
himself. He was a poor Spanish motherfucker, and now he done rubbed a dollar against another, like old folks used to say, and he can't help himself. So Menendez stepped down from his role as the chairman of the Senate's Foreign Relations Committee, because they can't trust his ass to fuck with foreigners anymore. So as required under his party's rules, but on Monday, he said he would stay in the Senate and fight the charges. So more than half of the U.S. Democratic senators, including Cory Booker, who was on the fence with it from the beginning, Cory said, fuck it, you got to go, man, you and your hoochie mama ass woman. And the junior senator from New Jersey said that he had called for Menendez to retire since the charges were unveiled on Friday. So his name is Menendez, and this is not the first time that he's been fucking with money.
And he's a Republican.
No, he's a Democrat.
He's a Democrat.
Democrat, stone cold Democrat. He ain't Republican.
And what's crazy to me is that when he first was accused of all this, he tried to use his ethnicity and say, oh, they just trying to get rid of me because I'm Hispanic. They trying to knock a Hispanic out of the Senate seat. And it was like, dude, even the Hispanic people are like, don't even try it. I said, come on.
He's fucked up.
This has got nothing to do with your ethnicity. You're a crook.
Where is he getting these bars and stuff from?
The Egyptians, I think.
Egyptians gave it to him.
He's going to Egypt and doing what?
Just doing all kind of business deals and shit with them.
I don't know.
All kind of shit. Then he came back with the money inside of his coat. And he said, that's my money. He said, I had been withdrawing money from my personal account for years. And just
because you can only bring so much amount of money into the state.
Yeah, well, that's what was a flag, because he had it wrapped around his congressional jacket that said, Menendez, Senator Menendez, just like your boy.
That shows how dumb he is.
Well, no, he was trying to use that,
Yeah, but just like your boy in Prince George County years ago.
Yeah, Jack Johnson.
When I first came to the area, and he told his wife, stick the money in your panties or some shit.
Yeah,
first thing I heard in the news, I first came here for the first time.
They were trying to flush money down the toilet.
He said, put the money in your panties.
Money in the freezer and stuff like that.
Yeah, but when he told her, and they had the house bugged. So they heard him tell her,
She said, what should I do?
"Get
What
in
should I
your
do?
panties."
Put in your panties. Put in your panties.
Oh,
They're not going to check you as soon as you get to girl.
Where's this guy at now? This guy.
You know what?
He did his time, and he's out. I'm not sure what he's doing there.
I don't know.
He's-
I was going to
both
say,
of
I
them
really
done
don't
their
know.
time.
Yeah, but they sure did take them both out of there.
Wow.
But anyway, all right. So Menendez says he's not guilty, and he said he's going to fight and all of this. I'm like, dude, you've been busted too many times. Just go. Just go.
Well, it's not the first time.
No.
Oh,
No, not at all.
Lord have mercy.
He has a history of this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And how long has he been on the?
It's a long time.
It's been at least
He's
about,
been in
15
Congress
or
over.
more
No,
years?
he's been over at least
20?
20 years. Yeah.
Okay.
He's been in Congress and Senate for years. He's a senior person out in New Jersey.
Yeah, Cory Booker is the junior senator
Junior interim, yeah.
from New Jersey.
Oh yeah, when he was a congressman, Cory wasn't nothing but a governor in Newark. So, I mean a mayor. I think he was a mayor. He wasn't ever the governor. No, he was.
All righty then. Well, let's see. Are we going to take a break, or are we going to go to a much-needed cocktail?
Let's take a little CC. Yeah, we need one after that.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then we're coming back with a much-earned and deserved cocktail of the week with Ketel on the Pajama Party Show.
You're in tune to the late-night adult pajama party right here on Blog Talk Radio. This is a production of DC Homegrown Entertainment. To share your opinion with the Pajama Party Crew, call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. If you'd rather just listen in, you can still call us and listen on your phone, or you can listen online by going to our website, www.apajamaparty.com, and clicking the Listen banner in the top right corner. So join the conversation and let us know what you think about tonight's topics or whatever is on your mind. Okay, who turned the lights off? Call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One here with Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right, it's now time for the cocktail of the week with Ketel. Oh, we need one. What you got for us this week, Ketel, and make it a good one?
This is called the Smoky Harvest Apple Cider Margarita.
Woo!
This is a quick and easy but oh-so-woman fall margarita with smoky mezcal or tequila mixed with a splash of orange liquor, spiced apple cider, and a touch of citrus lime with sweet maple. This autumn harvest margarita is a cozy take on the classic. All right, so we got cinnamon sugar and flake sea salt for the rim. Sounds good already.
Okay.
2 ounces or 2.5 ounces, whichever you prefer, mezcal or silver tequila.
Okay, 2.5.
Yeah, I do too. A half an ounce of orange liquor, 4 ounces or half a cup of apple cider, juice from a half a lime, 1 to 2 teaspoons maple syrup, use more or less to your taste, apple slices and cinnamon sticks for serving. So if desired, rim your glass in salted cinnamon sugar. Mix equal parts cinnamon sugar and sea salt. Run a lime wedge around the rim of the glass and coat in the sugar. Combine the mezcal or tequila, orange liquor, apple cider, lime juice, and maple in a cocktail shaker. Add ice and shake to combine and strain into the glass. Garnish with apple slices. And that is the Smoky Harvest Apple Cider Margarita.
Ooh, wee.
Yep.
That sounds delicious.
It does.
I would definitely have one or two. Or two. I won't lie. Or two. All right. Thank you so much, Ketel, with the cocktail of the week. And we will make sure that we get the website updated to give you the recipe for that delicious cocktail. Ooh, that was a good one.
Okay. Amplifiers. That's interesting. I didn't hear, because we've done something before with the smoky thing. They didn't mention anything about burning any wood chips or nothing like that.
No, but I have seen some where if you use a cinnamon stick, you can light that.
Okay.
So if you light that cinnamon stick, put it in there or whatever, however that works.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
cool.
I mean, if you're an arsonist and you want to burn something,
okay,
you can burn that cinnamon stick.
Okay.
Just for a little extra oomph.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, let's go to the weird news because it's time now to get weird with it.
Weird news.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I skip it?
Yeah.
Did I? I sure did. I'm sorry.
Look, you don't need no more mezcal.
No, I don't. It's time for What's Poppin' with Poppa DD.
We know what it's time for.
Okay. Come with it.
All right.
We know. Anyway.
Yeah,
we got to do that to Redwine every now and then.
Poppin' Poppa DD.
She's a graduate from Harvard, so we got to get it straight. Anyway.
I jumped ahead.
Let me tell you, first of all, let's get back to the, I won't say young people, I'll say the unknowing, okay? Because, see, the one thing that I've noticed about cell phones, okay, and I've been affiliated with cell phones for years. I mean, years. I used to work at Circuit City years ago. I worked at a store in the Jersey area, New York area called Nobody Beats the Wiz. They sent me over to Brooklyn, which was Fulton Street, which was right across the street from what's now the Barclays Center. That was a big old grass lot. And then it was a hole there where the Jets was going to buy that first. The New York Jets was going to get away from the Giants over there at the Meadowlands, and they was going to go there. But that fell through. And then the Russian guy came in and brought the Nets. They were New Jersey Nets, but then they were called the Brooklyn Nets. And now they took over that spot there, and Jay-Z got involved and everything, and that became the Barclays Center. But like I said, years ago, with Nobody Beats the Wiz and Circuit City and cell phones and everything like that, I've been messing with that stuff for a long time. Now, I said all that to say that young people today, when they walk, and I won't say young people, I'll just say unaware people. Let's stop messing with young people, because some of them do got more sense than I do. Unaware people, they go in these cell phone stores, and the one thing you got to know when you go in these cell phone stores, you got to know what you want. You have to do your homework, You have to see what you got, what you need, and what a phone is giving you that you may not have, or something that you may be used to having that you don't want to give up. That's the key to a cell phone. Okay? Is it new that you don't have something, or have they taken that feature off? The one feature I like, the reason why I'm an Android person, is I like to put my own little SD card in there, my little backup card. That way if I get a phone that got 128 gigs, I could put a 128 gig, little card in there, and now I got my 256 based on the phone and the chip. But some phones just have what you got on the phone. So therefore, you're stuck with that. So if you're stuck with that phone and you can't remove it or anything like that, if you got a phone that you can't remove nothing from, you better start removing shit. You know what I mean? Because your phone is like a pool. It's filling up. And you got to go to the settings area and go to your storage area and see what your gigabytes are doing. Okay? If you got 128 gigs and you up to 125 and you got 3 gigs left, you need to get you what's called a transfer cord. It's just like a charger cord. Plug that in your phone, plug it in a computer, set up a file, and transfer them pictures and stuff from that phone to knock that phone down, because that phone cannot remove. You can't remove something. It's a fill-up phone. And iPhones were known for that from the beginning with their iPods and everything. Oh, that's the 64. That's the 32. And that's all that iPad had was 64 gigs. But if you got 64 gigs, you can't add or take away. And you got to subtract that shit when it gets to that point. Because if not, it's going to pop. And once it gets too close to its maximum, it's not going to run. All this shit ain't going to work. You're not going to be able to open up apps and all kind of stuff. And those are just little things you need to learn on that particular situation. Then there's a situation where your credit is when you go in these stores. When you go in there, the first thing that some of these sales reps that are commission employees, they're looking to make money off you. So the first thing they want to do, they want to give you a lease phone, just like leasing a car. They say, oh, your credit's bad, so we'll give you a lease phone. Now you're leasing the phone, and you don't really own it, and you're paying on it while you're using it, and it's just a bunch of bullshit, because instead of them trying to help you saying, look, man, your credit's fucked up, you need to come back when you get your credit a little higher so you do something better. They say, oh, well, your credit's not good, so look, why don't we do this and do that? And these young people sit there with their face on their jaw on the fucking counter, and they're doing everything that the sales rep says. And they walk out of that store with a bag in their hand with a phone in it, but they got one of the most fucked up deals going forward that you would ever want to have. And then they sit on their phone and do their thing, and they're paying more for one phone than I'm paying for 5. And it's sad. It's real, and it's sad. I'm speaking on it because it's real. It's real. You got to do your knowledge on these phones. You got to know what you want. Does this phone, I repeat it again, and I'll get out of here. Does this phone have what my phone don't have? Do I need a feature that this phone is offering? And this phone ain't offering nothing no better than what the fuck I already got. Then why the fuck would I buy a pair of shoes and look like the last fucking pair of shoes I brought? And I'm speaking radical, but I'm just saying, think for a minute. If your phone is working fine, don't fuck with it. Because these motherfuckers are trying to keep you like if you're going to catch the fish on the hook, at least take the hook out of his goddamn mouth. No, these motherfuckers will drag you around the ocean and shit. And your mouth will be all tore the fuck up with the hook and shit. It's crazy. I'm making jokes, but I'm just saying, if you're going to get my young people not knowledge with cell phones or cell phone plans and all that, get your knowledge on. Get your fucking knowledge on. Whatever you go to do. Don't be so eager to get the phone and don't learn how that shit works, because you don't want that bill for one goddamn phone being more than another motherfucker that's got a plan with a family of 6 motherfuckers, and they paying less than you with one phone, and that can happen. You could be paying tremendous amount of money for one damn phone. I'm gonna leave it at that. So take that.
Yeah, you're right. Because some of these plans out here are crazy. Mm-hmm. They offer you a whole bunch of stuff, and then you get in there and dig into it. It's not
the employees. And the problem I have is that when I go into the store, I've had my phone longer than a lot of them has been employees. Mm-hmm. So when I start questioning them, they get a little perturbed. I said, motherfucker, how long you been? I said, I've been with my company. I ain't going to say the number because they ain't paying me to advertise them motherfuckers. How long you been with this company? I said, I've been with it for 15 years. How long you been with them? I've been here 9 months. Well, I've been here 15 fucking years paying bills every month, and you've been here for 9 months? What the hell can you tell me about this cell phone company? I mean, I'm just, put it out there.
It is.
Anyway,
all right.
We'll leave that alone.
All right.
Lighten
now
it up.
We get to the weird news.
Yeah, your people.
Lighten it up. Yes, lighten it up. Okay. And I got the first one about these cockroaches.
Oh, boy.
This is about the scientists that transformed a cockroach into a remote-control zombie cyborg. You would think that that's not a real thing, but it actually is. Mechanical engineers with the Nanyang Technological University in Singapore have created a remote-control cockroach using a pain-free method. They didn't want to hurt the cockroaches. So the purpose was to create an army of cyborg insects to explore the ruins in the aftermath of a disaster, or to let them inspect aspects of critical infrastructure that's hard for humans to reach. So the researchers used a new technology based around a non-invasive electrodes, attaching these electrical backpacks to the cockroaches so that they could control them remotely, and what they describe as a pain-free experience for the cockroach. They relied on previous research that showed cockroaches could be manipulated by stimulating their antenna. So what they did is they attached these little cuffs to each one of the antenna, and then they created a layered sleeve that fit over each antenna, and then they blasted it with UV light to shrink wrap it, and then they connected both sleeves to a backpack glued to the cockroach, and then they sent wireless signals to the backpack with a remote control, which delivered gentle jolts to either one or the both of the antenna, and this triggered the insect to move in a particular direction. That's how they controlled them. If you jolted it a certain way, they would move that way, or, the other way. Another electrode glued to the belly could control the speed of the cockroach. So now they can control the direction and the speed, and they think this is going to help them to be able to get into, like when there's a major earthquake or something, they can send these cyborg cockroaches in the rubble to be able, I guess, to determine if there's any people there or something along this line. So,
you're talking like you go along with this shit.
I'm just reporting the story. I said that's what they said. I have yet to see it happen.
Wait.
I didn't see it happen.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Let's.
Hey,
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You ain't getting off that easy.
I'm reporting.
Fuck that.
I'm reporting the weird news.
You're not getting off that easy. Wait a minute.
I did not witness it.
Who's doing this?
This is scientists in Singapore.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Harvard or somewhere. I was going to say, them smart motherfuckers. Really? That's all y'all got to do. All right, so my question now, well, hold up now.
I don't know. Ask them.
Now, hold up now. Michael Vick. You know Michael Vick, right?
Michael Vick. Ex-football player.
What has to do with this story?
Michael Vick went to jail for 2 years for fucking dog fighting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so what the hell is Peter doing with these motherfuckers?
Well, that's why they kept stressing that it was pain-free.
That
they did not cause any pain to the cockroaches.
Yeah.
I mean, they kept stressing that.
No animals were killed in the making of this movie.
Probably. That's why they kept saying it was pain-free.
Okay.
Sounds painful to me, but they claim it's pain-free.
I don't even want to hear no more. Okay, I got the next one.
Moving on.
Chinese women are using fake belly button stickers to make their legs look longer.
Say what now?
I saw this crazy story.
If you was in Singapore, you would.
Belly button stickers are apparently all the rage in China these days, as a growing number of women are reportedly using them as a way of making their legs appear longer. There's a curious beauty trend going on in China right now. Young women are paying 70 cents to $1.40 for sheets of temporary tattoos designed to look like belly buttons. The stickers are usually placed a few centimeters above their real navel, which is then concealed with skirts or pants in order to make the torso seem shorter and the legs longer. Okay, sounds pretty dumb, but belly button stickers manufacturers are struggling to keep up with the demand.
Gosh.
And social media, we talked about earlier, platforms are being flooded with video tutorials on how to use the temporary tattoos.
Oh, my gosh.
The fact that these fake navels are considered more visually pleasing than natural ones is another explanation for their popularity. Some people consider belly buttons that are round, fat, or protruding outwards or not pretty enough. So they prefer to conceal them and keep the stickers on display.
Ooh, fake belly button.
Chinese women,
temporary tattoos.
Y'all don't have nothing else to do.
I'm just trying to understand. So this is supposed to make their legs look longer. If the fake belly button is higher than your real one, then you hide the real one. So now the fake one is above it. And so I guess that's supposed to make it look like, if I show the fake one, it makes it appear like your legs are longer?
Yeah, what you see. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't quite get it, but no.
That's what they do.
Okay. All righty. More weird news.
What you got, Papa?
Oof.
All right. Y'all going to give me some Philly news, okay?
Oh, boy. Oh, you got Philly news. What you got?
Okay. Philadelphia, the Phillies deny entry to a man's emotional support alligator.
Huh?
You can't make this shit up. Anyway,
I saw that on TV.
a Pennsylvania man was had struck out in his attempt to bring his emotional support alligator to a Philadelphia Phillies baseball game. Okay, his name is Joey Henney. He went to Citizens Park on Wednesday hoping to see the Phillies beat the Pittsburgh Pirates, but he wasn't alone. Along with him was, now figure out what he calls this motherfucker, Wally Gator.
Oh, my
I don't know how old y'all are, but
alligator, Wally Gator.
back in the day it was a cartoon. Wally Gator is a swinging alligator in the park. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
You don't know.
No.
See you later, Wally. See you
I'm
later,
not
alligator.
that old.
I plead the fifth.
I'm sitting up here with two seniors. They fucking trying to
plead the fifth.
they bullshitting y'all. They ain't bullshitting me.
No, I
anyway,
really never
there was a cartoon called Wally Gator. Pull it up.
Oh, okay.
Like young people Google this shit. Anyway, along with him was Wally Gator. So you didn't think that name was original that he had. A 5-foot-long gator. And he adopted him. He adopted him now in 2015. Okay? And has made him into a popular animal on both Instagram and TikTok.
Wow.
Okay? Henny and Wally hooked up after a friend of Henny's in Florida asked him to help relocate a group of alligators whose home were destroyed because of land development. Now, how do you go to a motherfucker and say, look, here's a group of alligators from Florida now that kill motherfuckers. If you sit down on a pond and hang your feet in the water, it's going to be brunch for them jokers,
they
okay?
must have been babies.
Yeah, okay.
I'm saying, don't they live in the swamps and stuff?
Right, but this guy
what are you talking
they
about?
were trying to save a group. Now, this must be some trailer park motherfuckers. Anyway, he said, I never met an alligator that will not bite you, and he told CBS News last year. So he fooled around with their head. You fool around with their head, their instinct is to grab you. So he does not do it. It said you can reach in and rub their tongue, and they refuse to close their mouth because they know him so well and they know his smell.
Oh, this particular one.
So Henny told the Philadelphia Inquirer. He told the Philadelphia Inquirer last year that Wally likes to give hugs. This man is crazy.
You gotta be kidding me.
He's crazy.
Special.
Yeah. And it has helped him. How does the alligator you giving hugs to help you, he said, battle depression? Okay. Now, both things weren't so happy on Wednesday night when Henny tried to bring Wally inside Citizens Park, presumably for peanuts and Cracker Jacks, and he was turned down.
Yeah, he was going to eat everybody in there.
Yeah, he said he said he had a whole supply of peanuts and Cracker Jacks that he would feed the alligator, and he won't bother nobody around him. And the
who does he think wants to sit next to him at the game, and there's a 5-foot alligator beside you? Now, if I paid for my seat, and then he come with this alligator,
when he said that,
problem.
The person at the gate said, "How did you get from the parking lot to me without somebody flagging your ass?
Right.
How the hell did you get all the way up to the door?"
That's too much.
Anyway,
that is too much.
Although Wally has attended minor league games, Citizen Park was not having it. Okay, he said the admission rules does not apply to alligators, and it does not, even if the alligator supplies emotional support. So he was denied. He said, "No, get that out of here for what we call animal control."
So they said we can handle, the usual support animals, but alligators.
No. Wait a minute. It would have been truly funny. This man said, "Look, excuse me, Lord, this man was blind, and he said this is his
support dog,
and our alligator."
Yeah, then they couldn't have said. What could they say?
I know he wouldn't get no Uber. If I was driving his ass somewhere, he couldn't get no damn Uber. I'd be like, hell to the no.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want an alligator behind me.
I say that to say because Uber can't deny people that have to, see an eye dog.
Oh.
So we're going to take a CC and come back with a
we need to.
Redwine with I'm just saying.
My. That was quite a doozy with the weird news today.
It was.
I tell you, y'all had some good ones. All right. Oh, you said we're going to take a break?
Yeah, we'll take a little CC.
All right, let's do that, and we'll come back with whatever Poppa DD says.
This is the Pajama Party on Blog Talk Radio. The Pajama Party is produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment at www.dchomegrown.com. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party crew and you. So pick up the phone and dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306, and tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved just for you at the Pajama Party, so call us now. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Log on to www.apajamaparty.com and click the Listen Live banner or call 914-803-4306. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Is it tea time, darling?
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right, you ready, Redwine?
Sure, let's go for it.
We're going to turn over to Redwine, but I'm just saying. What you saying?
All right. You know what, tonight, I'm just saying, you're all to blame. That's my topic. You are all to blame. Now, while the federal government is on the verge of being shut down because these politicians can't get on the same page, they're focusing on whether or not President Biden should be indicted for issues that are relating to his son and whether he was part of trying to hide something, shelter something, or whether he benefited from stuff that Hunter Biden did and all of this. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, they want to point fingers. They want to point fingers at each other over whose fault it is that they can't reach an agreement on shutting down the government. But I'm just saying both sides are to blame. You're all guilty of harming the American people that you always tout when you want our support. You know how they always say, the American people, we got to do this and that for the American people. Well, now you're killing the American people. When you can't get along, you can't agree. Now it's time for y'all to put your money where your mouth is. How about we, the American people, need you to do your freaking job. Come to an agreement and keep the government open. There's like about 800,000 people that depend on it for their livelihoods. I'm talking about federal employees, not to mention the thousands of other people who depend on the services that the government provides. Now, if y'all can't be grown-ups and do your job and stop fighting each other like spoiled children, you got to remember that the active military service people are going to end up going without their paychecks, because I checked on all of this. The veterans will get their checks, but the active military is going to have to go without a paycheck if the government shuts down. Food stamp programs like SNAP and WIC, they have a contingency kind of fund that they can use, but it's limited. When it runs out, it's done. So, you know, when their reserves are done, like I said, that's not going to last forever. People are depending on those kind of programs and things to live, you know, to survive, to handle things they got to do, pay their bills, feed their children, medicine, Medicare, Medicaid have a separate fund. So hopefully stuff like that, Social Security, all of those are in separate, somewhat protected funds. So that should not be affected. But all I'm saying is do your dang on job. You wanted us to vote for you. We voted. We put you in office because you're supposed to be the voice of the people. Well, here's what the people are saying. Do your damn job. Why are y'all fighting each other? Keep the government open. Nobody wants that but these folk in the House and Senate that can't seem to get along. You all need to get it together. I'm just saying you're all to blame because you're posturing with one another, and it's us, the American people, that are going to pay the price. With our livelihood, our bank accounts, we're the ones that are going to have the problem. So I'm just saying, you know, these Republicans who picked this particular time to want to go after Biden with this indictment, hearing, whatever they're calling it, This is not the time for that. Right now, you all need to be focused on stopgap measure, approve a bill, do what you got to do to keep the government open. But your attention is on let's get Biden. Are y'all really that petty? Is this about like a tit-for-tat thing because Trump got his ass handed to him? So now you want to go after Biden? Is that what this is about? Because while you're going after Biden, you're taking the quote-unquote American people along with you right down the tube. And that's not right. So all I'm saying is, who's to blame? All of you are to blame if you can't get it together. We didn't put you in office for y'all to be playing political games. We put you in office to be the voice of the American people. And the voice of the American people is saying, we don't need a federal government shutdown. We need to be able to report to work and do our jobs on Monday. But we can't do that if you guys don't do your job. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, ain't nobody got time for that. Do your job. Keep the government open and stop messing with people's money. I think they just salty because Trump got all messed up. But Trump was doing illegal stuff and got busted. They can't even find any evidence on Biden yet. They're bringing in all these different people, and the people who have addressed this hearing or whatever it is, this inquisition or whatever they're calling it, they got nothing. I'm like, so is this just a colossal waste of time? And to do it now? Please. Y'all are the worst. Y'all are really the worst. Okay. I'm breathing. I'm good. All right, Poppa DD. Living for the city. What's happening in the city other than a potential government shutdown? What's going on?
Well, lately I've been seeing a lot of young people hang out near the crib. And this is during school hours. You know, and these ain't no thugs. You know, these are little young boys that are... And what gets me is that these cats is cutting class. I mean, if you're hanging out at 11:15, you're cutting class. You know, what the fuck? Do they think that people of a certain age is we just came off a fucking spaceship and don't know what the hell is going on? They look at me, I'll be out there, you know, retired and shit, doing retired shit, you know, lawn work and whatever the hell. And they look at me like, you know, what's this old motherfucker doing? What the hell is your young ass doing? That's the fucking question. You sit over in the park and you smoking weed that I could smell. And I know when you go back to school at your next class, which may start at 12:30, did you wash your hands? Did you spray some cologne on your ass? No. They'll walk by the teacher, and the teacher won't give a fuck because the teacher's 4 days away from her paycheck. She don't give a fuck what you little black motherfuckers is doing. As long as she get her shit on the 15th or 30th, she's good. You know, I mean some of them. I'm not going to put teachers down like that. But I'm just saying, you know, the money is what it's about. And these jokers is over here, and they got nice cars. They got their mama's car, you know. I mean, I took my daddy's car to school back in the day, you know, and I said, it was mine, you know. You go, yeah, it's my car. I can only drive it on Wednesday, you know, but it's my car. But, you know, and they sit over here with these nice cars. And up in the DMV area, these little motherfuckers got money. So they sit over here with a fucking Lexus. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, everything I had back in the day had the word Nova behind it, or Impala, or, you know what I mean, or Vega, or Pinto, you know? You know,
for that long time. Woo, took me way that
you know,
back.
So, but these jokers sitting here with a Lexus and a Mercedes SUV, and they jumping back and forth in there, and then it's like 6 guys with no women. I'm saying to myself, what the fuck? I mean, you got 6 dudes over here smoking weed, 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to watch The Price is Right. And these motherfuckers, I go outside for a minute to get some air, open up the garage. First thing, a rush of weed hits my nose. Boom! 11 o'clock, you know, somewhere between The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal. You know, and I'm saying, damn, 11 o'clock in the morning.
It is too early for that.
And they over there with their little pretty not Jerry curl, but the dreads and everything, nice matching clothes and all that. Obviously, they come from good homes. So I'm saying all that to say, don't you little suburban motherfuckers say a damn thing about inner city kids, because y'all just as fucked up as they are. Okay? You may have a Lexus there, a little BMW SUV, you know, but you cutting class like anybody else. But then when they ride through the hood, they got their nose turned up. Look at them kids. This is their parents saying, look at their kids. Look at those kids. Well, look at your fucking son. Okay, he's just fucked up.
Yeah.
You don't see that, but you see the inner city kids because you work in the city. Okay, you go to D.C. and you got this nice place that you get a hoagie from in the hood before you go back to the government building. And when you're down in the hood, you see these kids hang out. So you got the illusion while you in D.C. saying, oh, my God, I went and got a hoagie. And them kids are hanging out and blah. But your child is over in fucking Maryland doing the same shit.
I have no clue.
The exact same shit.
They don't know.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I think it's time for parents to realize that kids are kids. I don't give a fuck if you got anything going on with them. If they got an inheritance, if they got big money, whatever. Okay? If they're a certain age and they got a white suit on Easter Sunday, they're going to run in the fucking mud. If they're 5 or younger. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so his white shoes, his white suit, and there's the fucking mud pile. Where's that little 5-year-old boy running? Straight for that goddamn water mud pile. He don't know about no white suit. You know, I mean, I'm making jokes and I'm talking stuff, but the moral of what I'm saying is that we need to understand that all these kids are created equal. I don't care what they got, where they are, where they live, what their situation is, their mindset of things. Sure, they can have, they can have their own particular levels of, values. Don't get me wrong. Values different. And some don't cut class. I'm not picking on all of them. Not at all. But the ones that are cutting class and the ones that could be a little shiftless, that could be inner city and suburban. And there's no way around that shit. Because that's what they want to do. That's the mindset they got locked in, and they're taking that risk and they're doing it. So we got to get all these kids together. Just like you were saying, Redwine, about the government. We got to start coming together with shit. And I'm not just saying that as a preach factor, but this stuff affects everybody. If you stop the government, what the hell is Russia thinking about that? What is North Korea thinking about that? What is China thinking about that? That we about to shut it down. Hell, they already looking at us on TikTok, seeing all our titties and ass and everything else. I mean, them motherfuckers got us on a 35-inch, a big-ass 75-inch screen. Oh, look at the Americans on TikTok, and he's clicking a button. Click, click, click. There's some titties, there's some ass, there's some this, there's some that. You know what I mean? They're just watching us all day, every day. All the shit we do. And now we about to shut down the government. And Putin is just like watching all this shit.
It's embarrassing.
It's like, what the hell? And then you got your girl, Marjorie Greene, up there, crazy as fuck.
Acting a fool.
The other guy from Florida, little skinny motherfucker. And then you got the woman that was in the movie house the other night.
Yeah.
She was with the fucking smoking. What do you call them things?
Vape.
She was vaping with the guy, and then she was rubbing his Johnson. They showed a picture of her rubbing it. What was her name? The congresswoman? Lauren Boebert. She was watching Beetlejuice in a movie theater, and in a theater in her area. And she's rubbing the guy's Johnson in there.
What was the videotape of it?
They got cameras in the thing. And they're in there vaping and stuff, and people complained about it. And they end up kicking him out. And as she's walking out saying, do you know who I am? You know who I am? I said, yeah, I know you are. You got your little short skirt on. He's bopping your motherfucking carpet and shit. You rubbing his fucking pipe and shit. And you supposed to be a congresswoman? What the fuck is up with that? In the middle of a movie and everybody around you complaining. And then you're going to walk out saying, do you know who I am? Yeah, I know who you are. You the woman walking.
She was in there laughing loud, singing loud.
Yeah, just because she was vaping. And I'm sure it was some weed or something in there. And, yeah, pull her. Her name is
Lauren Boebert.
Lauren Boebert in the theater.
I think she's from Colorado.
Yeah, it was in Colorado, exactly. And they got weed all over that fucking place. So she goes out and say, "Do you know who I am?" That's the worst thing you could say as a celebrity or a
you
politician.
Are the person that we're throwing out of here.
I wouldn't advertise who I am. I would be like this, trying to get out.
No, she was being the next day when she was apologizing. She being like that, but at the time, how are you kicking me out? Do you know who I am? Yeah, you're the woman with the sticky fingers and shit because your hand was down in his crotch. That's who the fuck you are at this moment.
Whoa.
So, like I said, it's anyway. I'm gonna leave all that alone.
Okay.
And we'll move on. Anyway, something to think about.
Oh boy.
Somebody love cocktail.
Yeah, I think I do need to refresh my beverage.
Yeah.
Refresh my beverage.
Refresh the beverages.
All righty. We're going to take a break, and then we're coming back with Ketel and the Hollywood Wrap-Up. It's the Pajama Party Show.
You're listening to the Pajama Party Late Night Adult Talk Show. We've added a new segment to the show called the Kiss It List. Every week, we put people on this list who have done dumb stuff or have been irritating or just gotten on our or your nerves. So we call them out and put them on the Kiss It List, and we tell you why. If you have somebody you want to add to our Kiss It List, hit us on Twitter at @PajamaParty and use hashtag #KissIt, and we'll add them to the list. If you prefer to email your contenders, send them to info@apajamaparty.com. We'll call them out every Friday night at the end of the show, so get those names in. Now, let's get back to the Pajama Party Crew and more of the show. DJ, would you mind turning it up a notch? Oh, how rude. Oh, you're on the Kiss It list.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I want to host Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Yeah, we need to refresh our drink.
Oh, yeah.
So let Johnson and grabbing and watching.
Hey, I'm calling it like I see it.
And vaping. And
this is a late night talk show.
Lauren Bogart was showing off in that theater.
And she had a little dress on, a little.
Okay.
Short,
we got the gist.
Bumpy joint, no panty joint,
And thank you, Bob. Thank you. So you say graphic.
All right, it's time for the Hollywood Wrap-Up.
Come on with it.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Hollywood, Hollywood. Take it away, Ketel.
Interesting person we're going to talk about. This is for you, Papa. Tom Brady.
Uh-oh. What?
They are doing a biopic series called The Patriot Way in development. The Gotham Group is developing a scripted limited series titled The Patriot Way about the quarterback, following his rise from 6th-round NFL draft pick to the global superstar who led the New England Patriots to 9 Super Bowls, winning 6. Man, that's a good-ass record.
That was a good run.
Yeah, that was a good run.
And he won another one with Tampa Bay.
All right. Also, the controversies with Bill Belichick as well.
Oh, God. That's Redwine's boy.
Paul Tamasi and Eric Johnson are attached to write The Patriot Way, which will be adapted from the 12 Inside story of Tom Brady's fight for redemption. That was a book. Or sports journalists Casey Sherman and Dave Wedge. They wrote that, so it's going to be based off of that.
Okay.
It should be pretty interesting. You going to check it out, Papa?
Yeah, I'm checking it out.
Okay.
Yeah, he's cool.
Okay.
Let me know how it was.
Okay. As everyone knows, Kerry Washington opens up in a new memoir, Thicker Than Water. She's been on a wave, book wave. Kerry Washington may be best known for her Emmy-nominated performances in the hit series Scandal. That was one of my favorites. But now the acclaimed actress is opening up to her fans through the new memoir, Thicker Than Water. She's on a book tour. Washington's book tour brings her to Chicago and other cities she'll be in. I think she's on like an Oprah wave. Also on Instagram, purchasing books and handing the books out. She was on the subway and, different places. So kudos to her. She did do a good interview with I didn't see it yet, but with Robin Roberts. It was prime time. It was at night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that came out September the 24th. So we'll probably check it out on YouTube or something like that. So, I like Robin Roberts. So, you know, she just got married recently. So kudos to her, too.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Also, Bruce Springsteen, he postpones a tour because of his health issues. He's no longer touring for the rest of the year. Spotlight has been turned on his health condition. He's being treated for peptic ulcer disease, a disease he first revealed publicly earlier this month. He is 74 years old.
What?
He still looks good. I was like, Bruce Springsteen
I didn't think he was that old.
Has continued to recover steadily from peptic ulcer disease over the past few weeks for continued treatment through the rest of the year on his doctor's advice. So, no more tours for this year. Take a break. Then go chill out somewhere, Bruce.
All right, Bruce.
Yeah, he needs to. I mean, at that age, come on now. But I mean,
still tripping off at 74. Like, what?
It looks good. As everybody knows, the Taylor Swift wave has hit the NFL. Travis Kelce now have NFL prop bets because the world enjoys a good love story.
But is that what it is?
The football world was surprised by Taylor Swift's appearance at the Arrowhead Stadium to support her rumored boyfriend, Travis Kelce, the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Fans are now speculating which Taylor Swift songs will be played first at the upcoming Chiefs-Jet game. Rumored to be attended by the pop star. Wow. Swifties are now attempting to purchase jet tickets to
Oh
my gosh. Of the star,
they are
doing
too much.
Attending as a fan and not performing. The tickets to the Jets games have increased 40% from $83 to $119. Y'all ought to stop.
You have got to be kidding.
Y'all ought to stop. Okay.
Because nobody cares about the Jets.
Don't understand.
They really don't.
Isn't that the team that Rodgers went to? But he's out now.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, for the
so
rest
nobody
of
cares about the Jets. Not now.
Yeah. He must not have been healthy at all. But anyway, that's a whole nother
No, he went out in the first 5 minutes of the game.
He probably said, shit, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get paid. But anyway. A lot of people didn't know the first 2023 People's Choice Country Awards was this year. Interesting.
Yeehaw.
Fans are getting a country twist to the People's Choice Awards. Thursday night was the first ever People's Choice Country Awards, which was held in Nashville, of course, at the Grand Ole Opera, of course. Toby Keith was honored with the inaugural Icon Award. The star revealed his stomach cancer diagnosed to his fans in 2022.
I didn't know about that.
Introduced by Blake Shelton. That's my boy. Oh, Blake. He going on to the country thing now. He not doing the voice anymore, but anyway. Yeah, so you guys can check out who some of the winners were and what is it, Little Town?
Little Big Town?
Little Big Town. Yeah, they were the host of that particular award.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah. That's it. That's cool. If you guys are Bachelor fans, they have a new Golden Bachelor. Check this out. It delivers premiere in linear ratings. ABC's The Golden Bachelor seems to have re-energized the Bachelor audience as the show opened to solid ratings on Thursday, delivering the strongest debut performance from a Bachelor franchise since 2021.
Really?
Yep. They had 4.35 million total viewers.
Oh, my God.
Compared to 3 million.
Why do people keep watching that show?
The ages range from 60 to 75. And matter of fact, the first male, African-American male Bachelor, his mother is on here.
Okay.
And she, yeah.
They are working my nerves with that show.
You can't get with the Golden Bachelor?
I can't get with any Bachelor or Bachelorette or Paradise or Beach this and that.
I know.
All of them can fall off of a cliff, but that's just me.
And also, last but not least, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2023 induction ceremony to stream on Disney with Elton John performing. Yeah, 38th. That will be Brooklyn, New York, on Friday, November the 3rd at 8. And the year's Rock and Roll Fame inductee ceremony will be performance collaborations from Sheryl Crow, Missy Elliott, Chaka Khan, and Willie Nelson. He had a health scare himself. As well as special guests Elton John, Brandy Charlie, Carlisle, Dave Matthews, Her, Chris Stapleton. Now, I like Chris Stapleton. St. Vincent and New Edition and more. Interesting. Okay. The inductees for this year are Kate Bush, Sheryl Crow, Missy Elliott, George Michael, Willie Nelson.
George Michael?
What it says.
Oh, now they decide to do that? Okay.
Rage Against the Machine and the Spinners.
The Spinners? Okay.
DJ Cool Health and Link Ray will be recognized for musical influences, as well as Chaka Khan, Al Cooper, Bernie Taupin for musical excellence. Don Cornelius will receive the Hammett Ertegun Award.
Don Cornelius?
Okay. Must be a special award.
So someone in his family, I would assume, will receive that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, was that it?
That was it.
Well, can I just say, I have no love for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right now.
Why?
Because the man, I forgot his name, who runs that, who runs the magazine and is the head of all that, he made this statement where he came out and said that he didn't have any black people in the top list, like the all-time Rock and Roll Hall, Rock and Rollers or something. I'd have to look it up again. But what he was saying is that there were no people of color in that list because he felt like they just don't cut it. He said women and people of color just don't have it.
He must be an old ass.
And I'm like, well, where did you get that?
He must be 100 years old. A white 100-year-old man.
Well, he's a white man, but he ain't that old. But I was like, are you serious? So for what you think is in the field of like rock and roll, when in fact black people created rock and roll, how dare you make a statement like that? It was a black woman who first created rock and roll. And then people like Elvis and all these other folk took it and ran with it.
Somebody's name.
And I'm like, how do you make a statement like that? You know what? F you and the mule you wrote up on. So that's all I'm saying about him and his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm glad he's acknowledging people like the Spinners.
How old is he?
I don't know how old he is. I don't know.
It's very contradictory.
But that's all I'm saying. But then you want to acknowledge people like the Spinners and Chaka Khan and all of that, but then you make a contradicting statement to say, but black people and women or people of color and women, and it wasn't just women of color, women, period. He was saying they just, I'd have to look up his exact quote.
Well, wait a minute. First of all, how does he praise the Rolling Stones?
What do you mean?
Half of the Rolling Stones' major hits, they stole them from Martha and the Vandellas.
Of course.
Okay.
That's the point of my beef. I'm saying rock and roll was created, first of all, by a black woman. So for him to say that women don't really cut the mustard to be in that upper echelon of rock and rollers, and people of color also don't cut the mustard. I'm like, man, screw you.
That motherfucker's old.
What are you talking about?
Send that motherfucker to hospital.
But check this out. This guy, Alan Freed, he was a disc jockey. The term was first used to describe a particular kind of music by Alan Freed, the legendary Cleveland disc jockey who was among the first to introduce black rhythm and blues music to white audience.
There you go.
And so it was rock and roll, but it was blues, I guess, to us. But to introduce it to the white audience, it became rock and roll. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, that was a DJ. But I'm saying black artists have been playing music and doing their thing before this guy discovered it.
Sure. But I'm just saying, just to listen at that last paragraph. You understand what I'm saying, Papa?
Yeah.
So to introduce it to white audiences, they had to rename it, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
that
saying.
stuff's a
to
bunch of
degree.
bullshit.
Right. They
Yeah,
do it all the time.
And they were dissing heavy metal. They finally put them in there. You know, over the last few years. But if you listen to one song that the Rolling Stones is associated with, it's Dancing in the Street.
Mm-hmm.
That was Martha and the Vandellas long before.
Black female group from the 60s.
That was a long before.
But you know what my mom has always said? You listen to country. That's why she always loved country. She says nothing but blues.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just a country twang.
I was going to say, you add a twang to it, you get country.
Yes.
Take the twang out, you got the blues.
But you know, the sad part about it, though, when you not respected and you don't have money, people will just shit on you. They're doing it today the same way. Everybody acts like, just because I got something on somebody, I'm just going to walk over their ass. But God don't like ugly, you know, because everything pans out, and then the proof always comes out on the back end. So you sit back long enough, you'll see what the hell is going on.
That's right.
I'm sorry, was the woman's name Rosetta Tharpe?
That's her. I couldn't think of her name.
They did a good play on her, and I saw it. It was a good play.
Okay, good. Because she needs
Tharpe.
to be acknowledged.
1930s.
Because she could play a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
She used to do her thing before Chuck Berry.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Berry took a lot of his styling after what she did.
Right. And then she wasn't inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for 2018. And that's some BS. She, created it back in the 30s.
Because they don't give a fuck about no black history.
No. Nope.
That's how they do. Because they are rude and disrespectful, and they steal and distort our history. And it's up to us to get the truth and pass it on. Because if we don't, it won't get done.
There you go.
But that takes us down to the world-famous Kiss It list.
Hello.
I need that guy's name to put him on the Kiss It list that runs the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Poppa DD, can you please enlighten the audience on what is the Pajama Party world-famous, internationally known Kiss It list?
Kiss list is a list compiled of people that showed their butt hiney, and we put them on blast, and we send it up to the Library of Congress, and we have it inserted in the Archives building.
There you go, in the Congressional Record.
The Congressional Archives has a copy of all of our Kiss It lists.
There you go. So who do we have on the list this week? Let me start it out with 45 and all the Congress people, senators, representatives, all of them, because y'all can't get along and do your daggone job. So every one of you is on the Kiss It
and
list.
the girl in Colorado that was vaping
Lauren Boebert.
Sticky fingers.
Lauren Boebert.
And her boyfriend.
Whoever that guy was.
And the white folks around him had him thrown out.
Sure did.
Which going to show you, some white folks, they see what's up. Anyway, your girl too, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, for sure.
Her crazy ass. Then you got old boy undercover, what's his name?
I was going to say Menendez. Oh, Lindsey Graham, yeah.
Oh,
the guy with the gold bar.
Lindsey Graham, let's fuck with him.
In South Carolina. Also, Jersey Senator Menendez for pleading not guilty when you know you are guilty as sin with your gold bars and stolen all that, well, not stolen, but all of that, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And don't forget about the senator from South Carolina.
I said him, Lindsey Graham.
No.
Which one you talking about?
The other one, the brother. Well, for lack of a better fucking word.
Oh, you talking about Tim Scott?
Tim Scott.
Yeah.
Boy, the stuff he said during that debate, I'm like, nigga, you done lost your mind.
Yeah,
There's no racism in the world.
Crazy comments
He's
about racism.
My mother's a single. She was a single parent. I said, yeah, well, where the fuck you living now? And when last time you been down to that hood that you claim your mother was a single parent at? Do you go to that South Carolina neighborhood any fucking more?
Not at all.
Okay. How you gonna just make that? She did this and she did that, and this motherfucker's worth about $30 million motherfucking dollars. Still talking about there's no racism in America. I'm like, nigga, will you get off the stage with that stupid shit?
Yeah,
and this
really.
is a dark-skinned nigga. That's what makes it so bad. He ain't no light, bright, damn near white motherfucker. This nigga's a brown-skinned Negro. That's what's so pitiful about the shit. Anyway, let's move on.
Also, the looters in Philadelphia.
Oh,
all those young people, they got caught up in that stupidity.
For being stupid. If you're going to break into an Apple store, go in the fucking back. What the hell are you taking all that display shit? That shit ain't worth nothing.
All of them. Between the shoe stores, the beauty supply stores, all of them.
Go in the back.
Why would you go in there
break
like that?
in the fucking back door.
No, don't break in at all.
I'm just saying. Break in the back door. Come on.
I'm adding the Chinese women with the fake belly buttons, trying to make their legs look longer. It's not real, so what are y'all trying to do? Like, let it go. If your legs look short, that is what it is. Who you trying to fake out? I don't get it.
What about them young suburban kids cutting class?
Oh, yeah.
Up here in the DMV, over here in Prince George County, with the pretty cars and the pretty locks in their hair.
All of the class cutters.
They just as ratchet as a motherfucking DC and Southeast.
Also,
fuck all that.
I want to add the Singapore scientists that are turning those cockroaches into cyborgs.
Oh, no.
I mean, I can understand that you're trying to find ways to be able to get into debris and stuff when there's a disaster, but y'all are trying to do too much now.
Fuck that. Give me.
You got stuff taped on the back and on the belly of the roach and like, come on now.
Give me a can of Raid from Walmart. I'm gonna spray that cockroach.
You gonna step on it or spray it?
Face.
Yeah, that was.
Why am I trying to hover a cockroach?
That was crazy.
Shit.
They hooking up with the antennas and the backpacks and all this stuff. I'm like, y'all are.
I want a picture of the scientists that are doing this shit.
I didn't see any photos of it, but I sure would like to.
I know it ain't no women.
I would like to see a video of this because this is crazy.
You want to see the video of cockroaches?
I want to see a video of them doing this thing.
No. Okay.
Anybody else? Oh, the guy from Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right, whatever his name is.
Him.
45.
Yeah, 45. Anybody else?
Let's see here.
I don't think I had anybody else this week. Oh, the cop who shot through the glass and killed that brother in Philadelphia.
And they lied
That's what
about
started
it
the riots and the looting.
They lied in the beginning and said he came after with a knife, and he didn't do that.
No.
And then they went to a grand jury, and they let the cop go, dropped all the charges.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell was up with that?
So the jury, let's put the jury on the kiss it list, who decided that this man should go free.
Yeah, well,
the cop who lied.
The judge makes the decision. The jury sits into the grand jury to get their opinion.
But I'm saying it was their opinion.
Right, exactly.
The judge isn't going to overrule all of the jury.
But the judge runs that fucking room.
Okay.
So
well, let's put them all on the kiss it list.
Okay.
The cop, the jury, the judge, all of them.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? That's it? All right. We have a special gift, end of September gift for everybody on this week's edition of the Kiss It List. And here it is. It's coming.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. Well, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of the hosts, Poppa DD, and we're with Ketel and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. And we're down to the last word.
Mm-hmm.
What's your last word, Poppa DD?
My last word is just be careful out there, because jokers is looting and doing all kind of crap. The government is tripping. Everything is got carjacking at gunpoint. I see so much stuff in the news that is scary as hell. If one of them people approached me the way they approach some people, I'd probably have a goddamn heart attack right there in the car. It's just crazy, man, the way people come at you with a gun right in your face. So be careful. Watch your surroundings. Be vigilant of your surroundings.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, my last word is piggyback on what you just said. I used to see a lot of these self-defense things where they were showing women what to do if somebody rolled up on you or attacks you or whatever. And I used to look at them and think, hell yeah, I'll never be in that situation. But things are getting to the point now where I'm starting to pay more attention. If somebody comes up to you and it tries to attack you in a certain way, different ways that you can turn that thing around and attack the person back and all. It's crazy that we even have to be there. You know, why do we even have to be considering if somebody comes up behind me, if they come up in front of me, I have to think about what do I do and all of this. Used to be a time you could just scream for help, but that's done. Now you got to know, okay, if they come at me this way, I need to do this. If they come at me from behind, I need to do that. Now we really do have to learn what do we do, because there's some crazy people out here. So, like Poppa DD said, you got to watch yourself. Watch your front, watch your back, watch your peripheral. Stay safe. And Congress, get your act together. Do your freaking job, because other people's jobs are at stake too. It's not just about y'all arguing, having a pissing match with each other. It's more than that. It's deeper than that. Do your job. That's my last word. What's your last word, Ketel?
Ooh, boy. Oh, ping. My last word is, like you said, we have to stay vigilant. You wouldn't think this day and age, but you have to have street knowledge. If you're out here every day, you got to have street knowledge. You see somebody come close to your car, you got to lock your door. Mm-hmm. You know,
cross the street on a joke or two.
Right. The only way they'll get to me is through the window, and I got something for them. Anyway, we have to think in that defensive mode on a regular basis when we're out here, and that's sad to say. But also, these teens, they need help 24/7. I mean, 12 months out the year. We need to have a teen camp all year, not just summertime. You know. Because teens, they need help, you know, all year. So, I don't know. They just need some help. Also, too, I want to say kudos to the mayor last night. She had a art award show last night at the Lincoln Theater, and it was really nice.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Oh, okay.
Everybody came out, showed up, and showed out. So kudos to her with that, but she still needs some help as far as National Guard or whatever with this crime. We up to over 200 people dying, and we just had a shooting a couple of days ago. 5 people got
Is that the one on Sergeant Road?
Saratoga.
Saratoga, not Sergeant. Saratoga.
So, it's just crazy, you know. So,
it's rough.
Just be safe out there, people, you know. So that's on there. Till next time. Be safe.
All right. Well, we're going to get on out of here, and we'll do it again next week. Say good night, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody.
Say good night, Ketel.
Good night.
And good night. Until we meet again. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Party crew, people will see you. No clothes allowed. Pajama party. Grown and sexy. Join the party.